this next drill, we're in here. This is a big tall guy. What do you got? 6'1"? Ah, that's pretty close there, huh? Okay, so we've got his legs up, or his arms up. I want to relax now. What I want to do is see my front legs forward here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this in here, up, and down. Okay? What I'm looking for is, the moment he goes to transition, step in, go ahead, step in, this is what I'm looking for, okay? 1, 2, now I'm going into this position. So I'm going in, I'm out, okay, or in, up, and down. This is what I want you to play on this. Now, this looks really silly, okay? But if he's coming inside, and once I close him, I want to take this out, okay? All right. I want to take this balance on his leg out. The moment I pop this opens up a lot of different opportunities because now I can go into reaping throws or whatever else I want to do, okay? So I want you to focus on this drill here. 1, 2, 3, down, okay? Down could be a stomp. It could be anything, okay? But focus out, in, up, and down. Okay, play that. Real quickly. Yeah. Okay, if you remember when I talked about earlier, when we're in the Thai clench, and this is one of my favorite positions. I like, there are several ranges within Kajukenbo and OHANA and DTS. We have long range, medium range, we have inside range, close range, and then we would have what's called point blank range. Okay, does everyone here understand what point blank range is? Point blank range is when you're actually touching the opponent's torso with your torso, okay? This gives way to judo throws, hip throws, biting, gouging, ripping, okay? If I'm in this range, this is bite. Someone said, oh God, not another Mike Tyson, okay? My point is, I'm in the range to do serious damage, and so is he if I'm not careful. So remember, when I'm in this range here, this is close, this is inside range. So when we're doing these movements here, that's the effect we're trying to get. So these may look really silly, but if you start laying into this with a lot of power and torque, this does a lot of damage on that lead leg, and it'll break his balance. What I want you to do, don't be afraid now, is I want you to pop the inside of that medialis, and I want you to hit it with good force, okay? Now, you see what just happened? I didn't give that to him, okay? I'm bracing, whack it, okay? You see what happens? Now, from this position, if he whacks that and I slip like this, look where his elbow and his headbutts are. You see? He's in position because I'm off balance. This is why we like to really work that lead leg. A lot of people don't think about it. A lot of people want to be out here and they want to start throwing these kicks. And that's okay if you're trying to work your way inside. But once you use your knee to do this, you don't want to be, I don't want to do this. This is too close, okay? So we want to stay down here in this position. Any questions on that? Okay, about another 15 seconds and then we'll get into class. This is just your warm-up. We're going to have some fun. I've had a few people come and ask me, about, what's this DTS stuff? Tactics, I'm still OHANA Kendo. OHANA Kendo is not gone by the wayside. I'm still OHANA Kendo Kajukenbo. So there is no delineation in terms of what we're trying to do. We just put it under a different heading. The difference with tactics, martial arts, self-defense, self-offense, and self-preservation. Self-preservation, you're going to do whatever it takes to get and survive that situation. Somebody's got a knife, a gun. I don't like using this word lightly, but if you got to take somebody out or kill them in order to survive, that's what you do, okay? Self-offense means you don't wait. If you see a threat and you have no way of escape, you got to go first. I don't like waiting for the first hits. There's a lot of systems that say, wait till they hit you first. Well, I don't know. I might not recover from that hit, okay? Self-defense means just that. Someone's coming after you and you wait for an attack to defend yourself, okay? I'm just giving you a quick layman's breakdown of this. Tactics is not something you do with someone, it's something you do to somebody, okay? That's a tactic. Now, they may know it, but if they don't suspect it and they can't stop it, you've made it successful, okay? Because you've slipped it in. Those are the differences. Martial arts, all of it goes under the heading of martial arts, but there are differences. So when I'm working with you today, we're not talking necessarily from a martial arts standpoint. We're looking at tactics, and we're also looking at gross motor skills. Because in a situation, this is a form, but this won't help you in a fight. Okay, this is what we do if we're competing. That's a fine motor skill. A gross motor skill might be this. Okay? Everybody always says, I'll do this and this and this and this and this when I get in a fight. I've been in a few, and that's not true. Okay? Believe me when I tell you, you will flinch and you will flail. So we're going to show you how to make that work for you. Okay? Two things. Everybody grab a partner. Now, some of you, we're going to find out exactly how focused you are. Let me borrow you for a second. Let's see. This one. Right here. Okay? I'm going to break this down really quick, and we're going to go the other way. Oh, that's right. Okay. One of the things I like is very fast micro strikes that are ballistic and based on gross motor skills. Okay? It could be a slap. Okay? It could be a hammer fist. Okay? It could be an elbow shot. Okay? These are micro strikes. Okay? Or macro strikes. When you're slapping, okay, slapping, a lot of people just say, shh, you know, that's a slap. That is a slap. What I'm talking about is you're in this range here, and you step in, and you're in this position. Now, if you watch how I'm doing this, so let's get him on this side here. If you watch how I'm doing this, I'm stepping to this angle. So my hip and power is going through on this slap, okay? Slap doesn't look like much. Anybody here ever been slapped? Not just here, but you've been slapped really good and hard. What was the effect? Didn't feel nice, did it? Okay? Very disorienting. The reason why I like slapping when we teach our tactic systems is because it's very unexpected, especially between men, and it's very disorienting. Okay? Slapping sets you up for the rest of your ballistic blows. So when you're standing here, and ladies, this is really good for you, okay? Because a lot of times when people slap, it's kind of haphazard. When you slap, don't slap here, slap here. Okay? If you're going to slap using the back of your hand. So I go here, so I'm here and here. Okay? What it does to guys is it pisses them off. You know? I'm telling you something. We're going to move here. I used to tell my students years ago, and I since had to learn it was a humbling process. Punch me, kick me, don't slap me. Okay? Because it's very demoralizing, but it's very effective. Okay? So when you're working this right here, this is the motion you're doing. So when you're working your partner, and I'm just going to take this off, I'm going to let you do it to me, okay? When he's slapping, he's not going to come in full power because he could really put a hurting on me. What I want him to do is I want him, no, go ahead, touch. Yes, I want to feel that. Again, a little harder. Good. This is what I want, is to feel this blow here. Now here's what I'm looking for. I'm going to go like prepare, okay? You see, this is what I'm looking for, okay? It could be here. You see here, okay? So now you get into your ballistic strikes because he is disoriented, okay? So it's bam, and now you begin to follow up. This is when your buzzsaw starts coming into play, okay? Then it starts getting fun. So we use this not as a finishing blow, although it could happen. We use this as a stunning blow because most men expect this, okay? They expect this. This, they don't expect. A lot of people don't expect that, because that's not considered manly, okay? I use them. So the idea is when you come in, now I want you to start playing with your techniques, okay? Don't just slap, come in, and if your partner says a little bit hard, back off, but just come in and just touch them. And you guys, you should be able to take a good slap. Something else slapping will do for you is it will start to mellow your ability to get pissed off. If you can take a good slap and you can master that, you're going to be fine. A lot of guys can take a punch, but if you slap them, you know what I mean? Okay? That's like, boy, we're ready to rock and roll on that. So really work that, because now we're playing with your psyche and your mental. Okay? Go ahead and play with that just for a second. Okay? About 20 seconds. Calling me. I don't like this. This is getting progressively ugly. Okay. So when we're in this position here, okay, and be ready for it. When I come in and I tap him, something was just brought to my attention, and I had actually, I'm aware of this too from an incident I witnessed a few years ago. A guy got slapped and actually got his jaw broken from a slap. It wasn't a punch, it was a slap. Okay? He was just telling me about an incident where a guy got killed from a slap. So when people talk, I don't know about that slapping stuff, it works. Okay? Because there's a lot of force that are generated by that slap. Now, you can go open hand or you can go cut blow. When you go cut blow, now you're creating an air pocket. That's really ugly, okay? So, again, this is just a basic hand technique. Now what we're getting into, when I come here, what is his first first reaction when he gets slapped? Obviously, he's going to be pissed, but he's going to get that. Now I come into this position. So when you come in, 1, 2, 3, 4, now you start beginning to bring your shots in. Notice what I'm doing. When I come in with my techniques and my blows, I'm not backing off out to here. Okay? I'm coming in and I'm just constantly applying forward pressure. This is what you want. Okay? Don't back away. You back away, you're opening up too much. Okay? Play with that a little bit. Now, for some of you, and we'll break down the buzzsaw here in a little bit, for some of you, or most of you who understand this, or if you all do, that's great. Start adding your micro strikes. It could be hammer fist. It could be a slap. It could be a chop. It could be this shot here, forearm, okay? It could be any of these weapons. Start adding it in there. Just be careful on the elbows because you don't want to clip your partner. Now, what are you seeing here as I'm coming back? What is that? It's a slap. Okay? Because I'm going to do it, if this is his face and I strike it, this is coming back this way. You see? So here, and I'm coming back. Now I'm still cutting. So remember, this slapping doesn't have to just be one movement. I mean, you can follow and, you know, I can get to this side. It doesn't matter. I can go where I want to go. Okay? While he's striking. It just depends on who gets there first. Okay? Play with that for about 30 seconds. We'll move on. Go to another blow that I like. Okay, we see this a lot. Go ahead and throw a punch right to the face. Okay, in martial arts, we see this shot here, especially in forms. Okay, one of the ways that I like to see it work is here. So when you throw it, boom, this way. I like to see it come inside in this position. You can throw it here, you can throw it here, you can throw it here, you can throw it here. Believe it or not, this coming across this bone here or this area here, people say, I don't know about that shot. Is there anybody in here want to volunteer and let me hit him there as far as I want to? Okay, it's a nasty blow. It hurts. It sucks. Okay, so work these blows when you're coming in. Always remember that you're cycling this blow with this one hand. Now, I do not like any kind of wasted motion. Okay, some people think I got to draw way back. This will open you up every time to unnecessary peril. So the idea is when you're staying close, you see, this is where I'm into this position here. I want to work. Now he's got this pathway blocked here. So the idea is I got to be able to neutralize that and make it work. Okay. Now he's saying, God, please. Okay. So good. So the idea is all of these blows here start working with the hammer fist. Now add your slaps, add your elbows, and your hammer fist blows. Okay. Those 3 blows. That right here. Am I dead? No. Anything broken? Okay, we're Kajukenbo, guys. Let's get some touching going on here. Okay? Just be careful with the elbows. Touch! Let's go. Okay? Nothing personal. Okay. Now, we're in this position here. Now, you just follow me now, okay? So if I hit him, he's over. I hit him here, he's over. Now, I'm taking that to the ground, okay? We're stomping. So everybody might think, I've seen stomps before. Most stomping is done incorrectly. I'm going to show you how. If I'm here, go ahead and stay there. Go ahead and open the groin up. I'm not going to touch it. It's like, oh, shit. Okay. Let's get you this position, this angle. Okay? So when he opens the groin up in this position, most people when they stomp, they do it from here. Now, that can work, but here's the problem. If he manipulates or moves and just a little bit of an angle, what have I got here? I got a hyperextension. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm addressing this is because I had this happen to me, and I hyperextended this knee, stomping. Okay? I was bouncing and had to deal with somebody. Okay? So when you stomp, watch the way I do it, and again, I'm not going to hit him there. When you do it, this is what you do. Notice the back leg is bending. You see here? Because when it bends, you see, I don't hyperextend the knee. That's the way you stomp. A stomp can be here, it can be here. One of my favorite ones is coming here across the ankles. Below the ankle, your threat can't follow you. I refer to everything as a threat, okay? I can be nasty. I don't favor being nasty. If you got your man down on the ground, I typically am not going to do a head stomp, okay? Unless I see him getting ready to reach for a blade. Then all bets are off. Okay, but you got your man on the ground. According to the law, you got to evacuate. Don't stand around, admire your work, and say, now, what? Get up now. Okay? This will get you in trouble. So the idea is when you go to stomp, okay, here, what you want to do is practice bending that knee. Okay? If you're doing a cat stance, same thing. It's the same mentality. So, okay, we're right here. Okay, practice that. Little micro strikes, get your man to the ground, and then practice a couple of stomps. I'm going to do this just for sake of training, okay? I don't like blocking strikes. I think it's absolute stupidity. But to get the point across, we're going to do it. Whenever I train my ballistic strikes, I like to train it against someone who's actually throwing blows at me. Because this way, I call this, some people have different terminology. It's my version of the fog of war, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on in here? There's all kinds of stuff going on, and I'm like, geez, you know, it's like you're reaching and you can't see where you're going. It's like driving in the fog. So the idea is when I'm in here in this position, if he launches out this blow, you see I'm coming in and tight, forward pressure. There's nothing going like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to have you guys doing that, okay? When you're in this position, once I get past this blow, I should be. Now, if I'm here, there's a shot up this way. It's not wasted motion. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can come up. If this hand's here, that hand can go down. I can come out. Now, notice what I'm doing when I get to the leg is going this way. So you start using all of your mechanics when you go inside. You notice my hip is still working, even in here. And it doesn't matter. Give me a couple of snapping blows like a boxer. Okay, see now, see what happened there? This is what catches most people because they do this. You see, but now I'm in here. Now look at this position as he freezes. You see what happens? Okay, now there's my stomping technique. It's very easy stuff. It just depends on how you break it down here. This is one of the reasons why I'm not telling you guys, do this, do this, do this. I want you to figure that out on your own because everybody functions differently, okay? You might feel when he comes in, you might go here. You might feel a palm heel strike, okay? You might feel cutting here. It doesn't matter. We can take this stuff exponentially to where you can go all the way around them, get them on the ground, stomp them, and just go ballistic with micro strikes. The problem with that is if you don't understand how to get in and close and stay in tight without retracting, you have no forward pressure, you're giving your opponent a chance to come back on you. I don't believe in giving anyone breathing room if I have to commit. If I'm in combat, I don't give you breathing room. You either have to take me out or you're in trouble. And I don't mean that arrogantly. It's just that simple. We're brothers and sisters, so we can talk like that. Forward pressure's coming. Okay, so you're going to have to shut me down. So the idea is if I'm in this position, if he changes angles, I change with him. Okay? I don't keep going this way because now he's positioned. Look where he's at. Now this is his game. Okay? Yeah. See? Okay. So I want you guys to be thinking about that for 30 seconds. Play with that. Okay? Just now go in, stay tight, working all your movements, using your headbutts, your ribs, anything you want to put inside, put it in there. Let me see you work. Go. Since you're moving, your minds are opening now. I'm seeing people come in. I mean, you're starting to work now. That's the creativity part taking over. That's where you need to be. When you limit yourself to just, I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this. Well, the fight may not go like that. I tell my students all the time when I train them, there's going to be a 99.9% chance if something happens in the unlikely event you get in a combative situation, Sifu's not going to be there. What are you going to do? You think if you come back to me and you're successful in a fight, and I ask you, what did you do? Well, Sifu, you know, I just hit him in the groin and I ran. Dang it, why did you do hand combination number 12? It's stupid, okay? They did what they needed for the time, okay? All right, we have any grapplers in here? Beautiful, come on over. Okay, we're going to take it because we know we got time constraints here, so I'm trying to move these modules right along. One of the things I want to do with this is that, as you know, everybody and their cat and dog now is getting into the ground fighting. I don't call it jiu-jitsu, I call it ground fighting because my goal is to get up. The first thing, and that's in the unlikely event I go there. I don't want to go there, okay? Kajukenbo is a striking art predominantly, and I appreciate that. I just added the ground fighting tactics because you need them in case you get into trouble, okay? Some of us don't have, 5 hours a day, 7 days a week to devote to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Roman Greco or all these other systems, that are out there. So I'm going to give you, once again, these are quick fixes. Understand this. Do not play chess with a ground fighter in a street fight. Okay? Some of you may say, well, you don't know who I am. I've been ground fighting for 5 years. I studied with, over at Team Quest, and I trained over at Impact Jiu-Jitsu. I banged around with all those guys. I know what they do. I used to watch the UFC stuff back in '89, okay? It's great stuff. I don't really watch it these days. I kind of grew uninterested in it. But my point is that you're not going to win. Okay? These guys do this 5-6 hours a day. They play chess. Okay? So if you think you're going to go take jiu-jitsu lessons for 2 or 3 years and transition with these guys and beat them, you're going to get yourself in trouble. So I'm going to give you a few things that should at least get you out of harm's way. If someone, let's say this guy here, I'm trying to get off his feet, and he gets me into a guillotine choke. This is a very, very nasty choke. He pulls up on it, my breathing's going, my head's canting this way, I've got pressure on my cervical vertebrae. You got a cup on, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, all right. So, the idea is, I need someone with a cup on, because this has got to be effective. Okay, thank you, that's all right, no problem. Okay, so I'm shooting in here to get him. Now, he wraps up my neck into a guillotine choke in this position. Now, this is not where you want to be, okay? But there are some things that can work for me, okay? And I'm going to show you that right now, okay? Once I shoot in on him and he hits me in this guillotine, the first thing I want to do is hit this here. Once I get this, in this position, there's going to be a visceral reaction. What is that visceral reaction? He's going to tuck a little bit, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot up like this into this position, okay? Now I can do this way or I can do it this way. What I prefer is this way, okay? He's got the leg back. Go ahead, you can reverse, okay? Now, once I come in here with this shot, what I'm going to do is drop. And notice you feel that accidental shot there, that incidental shot. Okay, let's get you over this way because I want you to see it. This incidental shot comes up like this. What I'm going to do is wrap this. Now, this alone is not going to work. You notice how I reversed the guillotine. But watch what I do here. In this position, I'm going to take him down, and now, who's got whose neck in a funky position? Okay, now, I'm not applying pressure because I don't want to damage my partner's neck. But the idea is that if I'm in here, I've got his head tucked here, and I start cranking. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, now, is someone going to give you that? Of course not. But here's the problem. When people shoot in for double leg takedowns, this is what they do, and they get stuck. When I shoot in for a double leg takedown, if I'm going to do it when I'm playing with my training partners, when I go in, bam, this is immediately what I do. Bam, boom. Then I come in, shoot it this way. Now I can pin him, take him down, and then I can begin to do what I want to do with him. Okay? And once again, he's being real nice and cooperating. But I typically don't allow that. I want to crank on it. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay, so what I want you to do, follow that now. Go ahead and play this mechanic with me. Okay? Let's look straight forward. Okay? You're coming in, this angle. Arm comes around. Hit. Okay? Knee. Reaching up. Grabbing. Now this hand, watch this hand now. You got to grab the body, bring it into this position. When you do this correctly, we have to be careful so we don't hurt each other. That's why I leave things loose. But when you do this correctly, their head, or half their head is here. You're doing basically this motion here. You've got them now in a guillotine choke. The only difference is that it's not across the carotid. You're in a position to break the neck. Okay? But the idea is you throw them. Let's say something goes funky and goes wrong, and they slip out. Okay? Now he obviously understands some of this. So when they slip out, you don't stand there and try to reorient. You get to your feet and get the hell out of Dodge. No reason. I want to get to my OC spray. I want to get to my rasp. I want to get to my other implements if I need them. This guy is not playing games. Okay? So if I'm lucky enough to get that, that's what I want to do. So again, one more time. Let's play with this. Okay? Comes in. As you're coming in, you're hitting here. Bam! You catch it with the knee. Shoot it up. Incidental strike. Wrap. Grab. Watch this left hand. You need this. Okay, you might have to pull it this way or grab the belt. Lean it over. Grab. Yank it up. Okay? Be careful with your partners. Wait. Go slow. Myself, when I was working in private security, I always wore a cup. That doesn't always guarantee you. I've had guys kick me in the groin with a cup on and split the cup. I've been dropped with a cup on until I got smart and started wearing a titanium cup. So my point is that you don't want to invite that. But my point is you can't make this stuff work unless you get those incidental strikes. So we're taking it easy so we don't hurt each other. So when you're in this position here, once you're coming up this way, the shoulder rocks up and bam! Okay? This elbow is cutting this way like this. It's rocking that jaw of your partner. Okay? So if we train that correctly, some of you are going to be mad with each other. Okay? Okay? At my place, we rock and roll. Routinely, some of my guys leave out there with bloody lips and noses, and we love each other. That's just the way it is. But the thing is just go here, up, you wrap, grab. Notice this hand. You cannot turn your opponent if you don't use this hand. Now, bear in mind, you just slap them and knead them in the groin. Okay? I always laugh when people say, well, you know, I don't know about those groin strikes. Let me tell you something. I can't get anybody yet. I used to have a $500 bet. This was several years ago. It was a standing bet. If anybody would come to my school and take a full-on groin strike, because people would criticize that. And I'd say, and I'm going to do the kicking, and I'm going to kick you how I teach my students to kick. I haven't had a taker yet. I had that out about 15 years ago. Okay? It's not arrogance. I'm just saying I haven't had a taker yet. It's the same thing with the Shaolin monks. There's a way they take that kick. We don't do this. We do a spike kick. Okay? There's a hole, there's an opening there right near the groin area, and when that boot or that shoe enters that area, I don't care if you suck your cookies up to your eyeballs, you're going to get damaged. Okay? So ladies, remember that. A man can't, if he's going to be smart and say, oh, I'll just pull him up, you're still going to drop him. Okay? It only takes 3 pounds of pressure per square inch to smash that area. Okay? 3 pounds of pressure. You don't have to wind up. Okay? So my point is, when you use a spike kick, that's a very nasty kick. So don't pay any attention to that. Now, if someone's on crack or cocaine, then yes, it's going to be a little bit more of a trip. But when you're talking about double strikes on that, it's a whole different scenario. Okay? All right, the next movement we're going to, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of referring to some of this. I'm going to speed this up because we've just got a few minutes here. Give me somebody who knows how to do a rear naked choke. Beautiful. Okay. What I'm going to do for the sake of time is we're not going to free roll. I'm telling everybody don't do that today. Just giving you some things to think about you can apply to your free roll. If she's sitting behind me, we're going to do this one down, okay? Go ahead and have a seat. If we're in this position and she's got her legs wrapped, this is typically how they do in the MMA. Once they get the opponent down, you put them here, lock it up, and go back into the choke. And done. Okay? Now, how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? 135. She weighs 135, I weigh 209. And she's putting me to sleep. Okay? This is how you get out of this. She walks forward, and I want you to put some pressure. And go. Okay? You okay? Yeah. She said, you bastard. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. When somebody crosses their feet like this, when their feet are uncrossed, I don't worry about the choke. I drop my hands and I start manipulating. But typically, they're going to lock this. See the bottom foot right there? What you want to do is, or this top foot, what you want to do is you want to dig right here into these nerves with your elbows. And when you do this, and just, I'm going to go light and tap me and let me know when you start feeling it. Pull in. She says, oh, no, you don't. Okay? So the idea is right here, and she's got her shin pads on. Right? Oh, okay. Okay. You should have stopped me sooner. My point is that I want to dig into these nerves here. And if she didn't have the shin pads on, it would be a lot worse, trust me. I want to get into this. If you try to do this, that's not going to work. Grab this, pull the toes toward you, elbows down, and that's where you get it. Now, once you get this loose, what you want to do, she may decide, okay, I'll pull this other leg back and kick. So as she's doing that, what I want to do is I want to be here. I want her off balance. And boom, this is where I go. Okay? So once again, watch this. She goes, slap the choke on, please. Okay? Okay? You see? Okay? She hates that. So, when you get this, and I grab for the bottom, that's what tells you. Now slap the choke on. She didn't just tap my shoulder, she slapped me in the head. I said, let my legs go. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Okay? So, that top foot, when you get it, start rotating it in, get your elbows right into the nerve on the bones, and crank on it. Okay? Sit down. Have a guy. But I want you to get in there, crank your partner's foot, and I want the person that's choking you to really try to sink it in and decide, you know, maybe I can work through that, Oh shit, that hurts, I gotta let it go. I want you to be able to feel that, because I don't want you guys to go away and say, yeah, Sifu Jackson taught us something, I don't know, it was a little bit on the fluffy side. I want you, when you play with this, when you go and play with this, I want you to say to yourself, Jesus, that hurts. I hate that, okay? And listen, don't be sharing this with the MMA guys. Keep it to yourself. Wait till they try to slap a rear naked on you, and then you let them have it, okay? So that's the whole thing. But remember, once they get you into this position, when you get past that 45, you're going down. There's one other counter, and I'll show you that, and almost done. So, in this position, the moment, if you happen to get into it, stay forward, okay? Tuck forward, because they're going to lock, and they're going to start yanking. The moment they do, here, pull on it, and bingo, you should get out, okay? 2 more seconds. I need somebody with really long legs to do this. Okay. All right, let's say something happens. Go ahead, back down to that position, because the rear naked choke, guys, it's one of the nastiest, because you know, the only other thing is, and they teach this in sport, is you keep your hands up here. A good grappler is not going to let you do that for very long unless you've been training that. They will run that radial bone along this arm, and then you'll be like going, holy crap, and then pretty soon you'll be doing this, and you'll be going, oh God, it's on your jaw. So that's a temporary fix. You want damage. Now, realistically, when you do this thing at power and speed, you really should be tearing or ripping a little bit of that ankle. You should be doing some damage to the ankle because you're pulling it out of its normal range of motion. Okay? So let's have you slide over this way. I'm going to show you one other escape. This is a last-ditch effort if something happens and you go, oh crap. Okay? So he's in this position right here. He locks up the legs. Okay? He's got me choked. He's headed back. Okay? In this position. This is what I want to do. Okay? Now, I slipped it out, you see? So he's got me there. Here it is, here. Okay? Now, I can go in. You see? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So the whole idea is that you're still getting pressure on this here. Now, if he's really rubbery, it may be hard. But the idea is that I want him to feel the same thing that he's doing now. Okay? That sucks. So, okay, so grab me. Okay? Go ahead, choke. Here's the position here. Okay? Doesn't look like much, but wait till you feel it. It sucks. Okay? Play with that. Good job. Okay, Matt's gonna. I'm sorry, guys. Just trying to move it along here. Go ahead and lie flat. Matt is going to be on his side facing you guys, okay? Now what he's done is, I'm just kind of speeding through this because we got to wrap it up soon. This happened from a position where that I was trying to get out of a guillotine choke, but it didn't work, okay? So I decided to take him to the ground. He's got me wrapped up here, okay? Now he's tucking. And where my legs are here, what I want to do is on this one here, I don't want to get too high because then he throws me over and we got another mutation here. I don't like mutations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach here, pull this way, and as you can see, let me know. Now, I'm being nice to Matt, but what I really want is I want my finger in his eyeballs. Okay, close your eyes, Matt. Okay, and this is what I'm looking for. Okay, as I get up into this position, what I'm doing is I want this, and I'm going to angle this way. Okay, because the idea is that if he's strong and he starts choking down on me, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I can't do this. I got to get to something that's going to really work. So I want the eyeballs, okay? So be careful because there's a lot of germs. Have your partner to close their eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to yank back on that head. Go ahead and resist it. I want them to believe, okay? You see what's happening here? Okay, now, who's in charge? Okay? And you know what? Don't feel bad. If I had him in that position and he was behind me, he would be in charge. You cannot resist that. Okay? Here's another one. Oh, question. Go ahead.
Still be as effective, I mean, I suppose even if you had your eyeball, that's very effective for anybody's size difference-wise, or should big, strong, big, thick, next to be small one myself?
Absolutely, because is my insistence. You okay? I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it to me. How's that? My insistence is, and I'm going to close my eye. I want you to depress it and kind of make it wrinkle around there. Press it, depress it. You see, this is right here. If you're watching this, now start to hook in this way. Yeah, you see? Oh boy, good job. Okay? What is a neat little trick that I like to do, because I'm Kajukenbo and I'm nasty and dirty that way, I would drag my hand through the dirt, okay, before I get to the eyeball. As I'm coming inside, then I get it inside. Because the idea is now you've got some grainy matter on your finger and you can put it inside. You scratch the cornea. They don't like that. I've had sand in the eyes. It sucks, okay? Remember, you're looking for any advantage you can get. It's not going to be a fix. It's not going to be, might totally end the fight, but what you want to do is get to safety, okay? This is what tactics are about, guys. It's not just about techniques, okay? Everybody in this room knows enough techniques to write a book, okay? Tactics are what save your life, okay? So when I'm in this position, it doesn't matter your size, get to the eyeball. You can make me do anything you want me to do if you got your finger in my eye. The problem with eye strikes is that people think that it's just all about this and just, what Bruce used to do back in the day. It's not about that. What I want to do is I want to get inside and grab something and start really digging inside there. Okay? Listen, if you have to commit in a situation, you don't have time to play games. You got to go because you want to get to safety. Okay? And so that's what we do on that one. Now, one other variation, okay? Let me make sure I got this right. My lesson plan here. On the naked choke, another way that you can do this is if it's in this position when you come in, okay? Go ahead and apply the choke. Here, you see here? Now I cut it down in this way. Now when he drops, all I got to do is bring this out, and now I'm into here, okay? Remember, everything is based on micro strikes, and you don't relax on it. One point that was brought up, and I'm still blazing here. I'm not going to literally get you in close because this is not my training for, this is my real deal. When this blade comes out and I'm going to manipulate the blade, first thing that I'm going to start doing, this is the last resort, if I'm in this position here, and I've been known to carry 3 blades when I'm out, never brandish, I don't pull, I don't flash, I don't do anything, but they're there. If I feel like, you know what, Jesus, I'm not going to see my loved ones anymore, you guys aren't going to get to laugh at me anymore, I'm going to go fishing, okay? When I go fishing here, boom, he's going to get hit. Okay, boom, boom, I'm just going to start hitting wherever I can hit, okay? I'm going to advise you guys to start learning how to pull your blade from down here. What I do is when people compound press, I learn how to open it this way and then cut up this way. You got to play with that. It seems stupid and it seems flashy. You'd be surprised at what you can get done with it, okay? Blades are really nasty and people always say, well, you know, I don't want to really have to stick, guy. Listen, when your breathing's going and you're on your way, and you think you're on your way to the emergency or to the cemetery, you're going to do whatever you have to do. Okay? All right. I'm thinking, I'm going to show you one more thing and then we're out of here. Matt, where are you at? Oh. Okay. This is called the jackknife technique, and this is used by a lot of felons, particularly guys in prison. I study their habits and the way they do things, and this is what helps us develop our tactical program. You got to remember, when you're dealing with someone who aggresses you on the street, the chances are is that they're asocial and they're just a nasty person. Doesn't matter. They're out to get you. But a felony draw, what they'll do, let's switch this way, okay? Turn this way. Basically. That's all right. I'm not going to open the blade, but I'm just going to show. When they come in, they'll do it. They'll come in here and then get his leg up, and then this is what they start doing. Okay? This is the new technique now. They'll take the punch. Go ahead and throw your punches. They'll take the punches, and then this is what will happen. So now, think about it. If I'm a jiu-jitsu player and I understand how to do this single leg, now sure, he can come over with his elbow strike and work and probably do some damage. But who's going to do more damage? Okay? What I do is I go in and pull down. Okay? Not just a stick, it's a rip. Okay? Somebody's kidney is going to be hanging out. Okay? So the idea is when this comes up, this is what happens. Now notice what I have to do in order to get to that position now. Okay? My blade is in this position. Okay? So when I'm coming in, he doesn't see it. This is where I'm at. Okay? Then I go for the draw and the stick. I'm going to show you how to counter that. I don't believe in very many empty hand techniques against blades. Most of them are BS. I'm just going to tell you the way it is. You're not going to come in on me with this in my hand. I don't care if you got a 90th degree. I'm going to hit you. okay? You're gonna get hit. And anybody in this room can get hit. You're at risk, okay? Here's what happens. If he comes in to grab my leg, okay, and now he's reaching, what I want to do is immediately pull this down, and this is what I got here. Now he slid out, back this way, I'm sorry. Go get that, okay? Again, when he goes in to grab this, this is what happens. You see where my leg is? What I want to do is pull this in, and notice my elbow's against here. Now from this position, I want him here. You okay?
Yep.
I'm in this position here. And then if I want to go ahead and strike and finish, I can do what I want to do. This is about 1 minute, okay? This is where I want to be, okay? So, the idea is that we'll pick this up next time. Okay, all right, line it up. Guys, thank you so much for putting up with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the materials. And remember, combatives is 90% heart, 10% technique. It's not about so much what you know, but how you do it. Okay? Sit. And salute. Thank you, guys.